Hi everybody, welcome back to episode 5 of Car Contemplations. I am feeling way better today. It was a rough day yesterday, I gotta say that, right off the top of my head, because, I don't know, it just felt really bad. Like I said, I got the flu shot, and I'm not discouraging it at all. I totally recommend everybody get it, but I just got some real strong reactions off of this one. Like I said yesterday, and probably the day before, I just got pretty sleepy, had to take some Tylenol and ibuprofen, but yesterday it really did feel like I had the flu. I had like chills and aches and such, and I was not hungry at all. It was a mess, but today I am feeling so much better. It's almost like yesterday didn't even happen, so that's really great. Now there's something I wanted to talk about today, something that really pisses me the fuck off, because I see this shit all the time, like, not all the time, but the big problem I have today is I was going back through, like, old tweets and shit, and I found some of J.K. Rowling's old tweets. You know, J.K. Rowling, author of Harry Potter, I'm fucking amazing. I just find it so incredible that someone can pull all of that, like, out of their own head, you know, and it's just, like, right all in there, you know? It just astounds me that anyone can do that, you know? Just the amount of creativity needed to do something like write the whole Harry Potter book series, 7 books, you know, in not even that long of a time span, you know? Just amazes me. That being said, I was looking at some of her old tweets today, and I see something like Dumbledore was supposed to be gay. And, you know, I had thought about this when these tweets were first coming out, and I'm saying, okay, you know, like, I don't know how well that would work, but it's possible. And then I'm thinking about it today and go, yeah, you know what, that does seem a bit possible, because, you know, a lot of people are in the closet, so he could have just been a closeted homosexual. That's, like, par of the course, you know? And then I scrolled down a little bit, and I saw another one that a lot of people know very well. Hermione was always supposed to be black. See, my big problem with that statement is that by taking a character who was always presented as white, I mean, J.K. Rowling was, you know, on the sets of the Harry Potter movies, and if she wanted a black character for Hermione, or a black person for Hermione, excuse me, she probably would have said something to Chris Columbus while he was casting. You know, Hermione was supposed to be black. Or here's a big one, she could have fucking specified that she was black in the fucking books. Because I'm not entirely sure, but I think she says something like she had dark skin. But the problem there is, the big problem is that you don't have to be African American or black or anything like that to have darker skin. So it's not a good argument to go back and say she had dark skin, that means she's black, if you know what I mean. Now, like I said, I am not slamming anyone who worked on the Harry Potter books or movies or anything like that, except Mike Newell. You can go to fucking hell, Mike Newell. You fucked up the Goblet of Fire so bad. Oh my fucking God. It makes it almost unwatchable. Anyway, I'm not slamming anyone who worked on this, but I am just saying that this kind of shit where you retcon something that big after everything's come out, after everything's been, you know, basically said, you know, there's nothing really left to be said unless you're talking about, like, you know, new stories that come out of the universe, like Fantastic Beasts, or I was going to say The Cursed Child, but that just seems more like a fan fiction than anything else, so not even The Cursed Child. So the big problem lies in that it just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem correct to me to retcon the stories like that. You're reading it, there's nothing saying that a character is this way or a character is that way. Also, with Lavender Brown, she had her ethnicity changed in the movies like probably not 5 times, but at least 3. And at least 3 in my memory. Because when it started out, she was black, and then as the films go on, and she's, dating Ron for book 6 or whatever, she was white in the movies. And I'm like, wait, wasn't that character black? What is going on here? So that's just something that pissed me off today. I had to rant about it, and you can call whatever you want in the comments, but I'm making my stance here that, trying to retcon something like that by, making yourself seem pro everything, honestly, to me, makes you sound less pro that. It makes you sound like I am just trying to be what they want me to be or something like that. I don't know. You can say whatever you want about me and how I'm a bigot or something, but that's just my feeling about it. So let's stop talking about controversial topics like that, because this is probably going to be the one I get slammed for the most. Let's see, what else happened today? Oh, I went out and bought a bag of Cheetos today. Cheetos are great. I love Cheetos. But I found I didn't have them much during before the pandemic. I didn't have them much. And during the pandemic, I was always at home alone. I was extremely stressed out, not just because of the pandemic, but a lot of other things as well that happened, like right up to the point where they said we're staying at home for 2 weeks, which turned out to be months and months and months, and we're still at home. I can't believe how long we've been at home. Oh my God, let me out! But basically, I was stress eating, and the thing I went to the most was a bag of Cheetos, because they had them at the dollar store, so I would just go and get them at the dollar store, even though they were off-brand, they were fine. And then every once in a while, I would go out to the better store and get the better variety, just as a better alternative. And that was like once a month. But recently, I decided I'm not going to go to the dollar store. I'm going to waste my money on the more expensive stuff because I feel like I deserve it. And the problem is, I did that so much that now Cheetos are almost unenjoyable. I hadn't had a bag of Cheetos, at least to the size that I was having them, for a few months. If I go to Subway, I'm going to get the Cheetos because they're the best chip variety on the shelf there at Subway. But when you're having a whole family-sized bag, you're gaining more weight. You're just disappointing yourself and others around you, and you're just losing money. So that's kind of my big problem with that. But I went out and bought a bag of Cheetos, and I'm thinking to myself, this is just not enjoyable. This is not what it was at the start of the pandemic. This is a lot worse, because now I realize every time I eat them, I get heartburn in the middle of the night. I get a very nauseous feeling in my stomach, and I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it. So I've tried to cut back. This is the first time I've had one of these bags of Cheetos in a while, like I said. And, I felt, well, why not? And I'm already starting to regret it. I'm already starting to get the heartburn shit. So, yeah, that's, I forgot the point of this was I put them down the garbage disposal, and I noticed while they were floating around in the sink, all the cheese powder was starting to come off. And I'm because I'm stupid like that, I'm I wonder. So I took one of the Cheetos out that was completely wet with all the flavoring washed off, and I fucking ate it. And I don't know what I was thinking, but it actually tasted all right. It didn't taste as good as a regular Cheeto, but it did taste all right. It tasted more like a corn puff. And it was an interesting taste. I think if I ever do that again, I'll let it dry out and see if it crisps up again. Probably won't, but like, it's just an interesting thing to think about because I like the taste of it. So, would it also be true that I like it when it's not wet? Who knows? I don't think I have anything else to talk about today. So yeah, comment below if you think I'm a bigot. Go get your shot. That's important. That's very important. And I'll talk to you tomorrow, those of you who still want to watch. Goodbye!